day. Good day, New York. Good day, Washington. Good day, LA. Good day, Baltimore. Good day, Cleveland. It's hot. I think I'll do my show with my shirt off. No, I'm a very hairy guy. Too hairy, some people say. But what the hell? How y'all doing, everybody? It's Dave TV for the 20th of June, 2012. You know, this is the Washington area. This is like the first day of summer or close to it. And it's hot in Washington in summertime, right? And it's going to be like 97 or 98 today. And, you know, the media, the weather hype media is going crazy about it. And, you know, okay, fine. It's Washington. Deal with it. That's the way this place is. You know, even June, in May, we can get heat waves in the 90s, you know. It's just, this is the typical weather. The fact is, this heat wave is only going to be 2 days, so big deal, you know. Anyhow, what am I watching on TV these days? This is right, Breaking Bad. I've never seen the first and second seasons completely.
WTOP FM HD3.
The Gamut. I'm listening to the Gamut. What WTOP's HD3 at 103.5 and soon on 107.7. Really cool station there. And we will crank it up. There's some Kraftwerk. One of my favorite bands, Kraftwerk, on the Gamut. WTOP 103.5 HD3. And soon coming to 107.7. But anyhow, so I picked these up at Best Buy for $12 a plop. So I will get. I watched the first episode the other day, and loved it so much. I've watched the latest episodes, but I haven't that gap there from first and second season. So I will be watching these. Moving these around. What's the big news? Not a lot of big news going on today. We're just breaking more news as we do. You know, we told you the other day that WJLA is getting a new news director. We beat everybody to it by 3 days, and of course, the official news came out that Doug Culver is coming to Channel 7 to rescue their news department, which has been flailing. Well, you have to credit Anderson Cooper there for some of that. But anyhow, I digress. Listening to WMAL this morning, I just have to keep thinking, what a sorry piece of shit radio station this is. Oh man. Even for a right-wing talker, you just... I pull my hair out going, it's so sad. You know, I'll tell you something. Brian Wilson makes Fred Grandy look really good. You know, Fred Grandy, before he got into really having his kooky wife on the show all the time, he was funny. You know, he's an entertainment guy. He was on Maude, and he was in The Love Boat and all these old shows. And he had an entertainment sensibility about him, even though he was kind of a right-winger. And... Anyhow, that's kind of saved the show. Brian Wilson just doesn't have that. There's no entertainment capacity to Brian Wilson. He gets on there and talks about being a kid back in Texas and his wonderful friends at Fox News and rants about, you know, the anti-Obama crap. And it just, I don't know, it's just not an entertaining show. There's an entertainment quotient that's missing. And then you listen to Chris Plant. The guy's just, he's so desperate to get listeners that he just goes so far over the edge that it just comes off as blindingly stupid. You know, today he's calling Joe Biden, our vice president, a zipperhead because Joe had, you know, an aneurysm surgery years and years ago and almost died because of it. Granted, I can understand somebody not liking Joe Biden. You know, that's like the Democrats didn't like Dick Cheney. But yeah, to make jokes about, making jokes about Dick Cheney's heart attacks, that's not a good thing. And likewise, it's not a good thing to make jokes about Joe Biden's aneurysms and calling him zipperhead. Tasteless. And WMAL is just really turning into a bottom-of-the-barrel crap station. You know, and I'm not saying it's because it's a righty talker. You can do righty talk well. You know, you can do righty talk. Fred Grandy, the way Fred Grandy did before his wife kind of horned in on the show. The way Ron Smith did on BAL. There's a lot of good righty talkers out there on the radio. You know, you don't have to go down that road. And then WMAL at noon, that's it. local show's over. The rest of the day, the rest of the night, we're plugged into the stupid old satellite. The station needs a massive fix. And I don't think Cumulus, its new owner, is going to do that because they're a bunch of cheap bastards. So expect, what are you going to do? We're stuck with a station. Now look at this. Now in the latest ratings, which came out for the first week of June, WMAL is in the 18th place. 18th place! And that's with 2 signals. That's with 6:30 a.m. and 105.9 FM. 18th place. Let's see, they're trending from 15th to 17th to 14th to 17th to 17th to 18th. They dropped down to 20th place in the early May. And then 17th, 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 and down to 18th. That's bad. That's pretty bad. It's funny to look at these radio ratings. These are the 12-plus numbers for Monday through Sunday, 6 a.m. to midnight, first week of June. Look at the bottom of the barrel stations. What is at the bottom? We know that WTOP and Hot 99.5 and WAMU are up at the top. But what's at the bottom? Let's see. 56th place. Oh, no, excuse me. There's a huge tie for 45th place. What are the stations tied for 44th? The lowest rating in the Washington market is 45th place. And we got a whole bunch of stations tied for 45th place in the Washington market, radio-wise. What are those stations? Ready? Here they go. WSPZ, the Spaz, WZFT in Baltimore, WWGB Gospel, WSMD, WLTF, WJYJ, WRBS-FM, WBJC-FM, WACA, AM, WKDV, WTNT, WGRX. Those are all tied for 45th place. Congratulations. And the next one is 38th place. Who's in 38th place in the Washington radio ratings? WLIF, WQHT, WFED, WAMU Stream, WZBA, WWMX, and WPOC. Now, you can understand Baltimore stations being down there because, they're not really, they're just kind of bleeding into the market. But if you're a Washington station and you're down that low, that's pretty low. All right, folks, so there I go. So what does WMAL need to do? As I've said many times before, they need to get a new morning show. They need to get rid of Chris Plant. They need to get an afternoon drive show, local, alive, and local. They need to bolster their news department. They need a better website. That might help. There are a few things that might help. But, it's sad. This is such a news-crazy market and how lame the station is news-wise. It's just sad. All right, folks. What other big news is happening? I'm getting really pissed off at a lot of these other local media guys. David Zurawik. I don't even get started on David Zurawik. Erik Wemple. Hey, Erik. Granted, you're getting paid by the Washington Post. Does that mean you can't criticize him anymore? It's funny when Erik worked for the city paper. That's what he did, criticize the Post. And now that he gets paid by the Post, his lips are sealed. Okay, so talking about David Zurawik, this is a thing on Jen Royal. She used to be the reporter for Masson and for 105.7 who covered the Orioles. She got a lot of flack. And a lot of it was not, one of the sports talkers, 1570 in Baltimore, really didn't like her a lot of flack. She couldn't really handle it. She kind of got out of the market. So the Baltimore Sun, David Zurawik, does a piece on her, telling about all the controversy she had with, dealing with all the criticism she got from a lot of the Baltimore sports fans. And then at the bottom of the article, sorry, this article is closed for comments. What's up with that? It's probably Jen said, hey, Dave, don't do any story on me I won't talk to you unless you put it in a story that doesn't have any comments on it. I don't know, man. The Baltimore Sun, it's a crappy paper, and it's it's almost as bad as the Washington Examiner. The Washington Examiner, you read that thing, and everything in it is slam Obama, slam Obama, slam Obama, slam Obama, slam Obama. It could be it's not a half-bad little read, but then you just read every editorial in the paper, whether it's written by the staff or anybody else, is anti-Obama. I mean, granted, is that a way to run a balanced newspaper? Using it as Phil Anschutz's brickbat. And that's all it is. And you're not fooling me. Okay. The Gamut.
If you don't know what you want, stop here. The Gamut.
Good station. 103.5 HD3. And soon coming to 107.7's HD3. So there. Oh, stop button. Where's the stop button? Oh, here it is. I'm going to push it now.